What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Dylan DeVille, and we're coming back at you once again with some Total Extreme Wrestling 2020. It is Monday, Week 3, June 97. It's time for some Monday Night Raw. We are still in the midst of the King of the Ring tournament. We have a huge main event, co-main event, I should say, planned for tonight, and along with a big main event here tonight. But we are going to get on into that once we get to the main show. In our pre-show, we have Mike Awesome, who is just running shot through our main roster talent. Mike Awesome defeats Mosh in 7:56 by pinfall after an Awesome Bomb. Match got a 44. Mike Awesome with a 54 and Mosh with a 34. So he's outperforming mainstays on our roster. So it might be almost time to pull up Mike Awesome. Mike Awesome benefited from a new move. We go to our main event of the pre-show, which is APA taking on Bomb and Crush. In a terrible pre-show match, APA defeat Bomb and Crush when Farouk pins Bomb with a denominator. Farouk carried the match. Bradshaw was the weak link, struggling to keep up with everybody else. Match got a 64. Bomb and Crush with a respectively mid-50s. Crush with a 56. Bomb with a 54. Farouk with a 75. And Bradshaw with a 42. Bradshaw slowly gaining pop. Both teams have great chemistry, and Farouk and Bradshaw have the tag team specialists. Announcing caller and color commentary gave the match a boost, and we're going to go on and move to the main show. We open up tonight, and Vince McMahon is in the ring. He didn't even walk out to the ring. We already just opened up Monday Night Raw with Vince McMahon. He's standing in the middle of the ring. The crowd's chanting, and he goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monday Night Raw." And tonight, I have big matches planned for tonight, but the first match that we will announce is something that you fans don't want to see, don't know that y'all want to see, but y'all want to see it. What if the final four, these four men are bitter enemies against their respective opponents at King of the Ring? The Rock and Triple H, their rivalry has been well documented, along with Kurt Angle and Owen Hart. What if these two men had to team up against each other here tonight to face the other team? And the crowd's like, "Yeah, oh my God, that's a good idea, Vince." And he goes, "So tonight, in our co-main event, we are going to have The Rock teaming up with his rival Triple H, taking on Kurt Angle and his rival Owen Hart in a tag team match here tonight, with the winning team getting to perform first at the King of the Ring. So whoever wins their respective tag team match, they'll get to go first. Then the losing team will have to go second. And then right after the losing teams match up will be the King of the Ring matchup. We move on to our opening contest of tonight, as we see Ahmed Johnson taking on Billy Gunn in a bout that had a decent reaction from a crowd. In Superb Wrestling, Billy Gunn defeats Ahmed Johnson in 8-22 by pinfall with the Gunslinger. Ahmed Johnson picking up another loss. Billy Gunn's subtle mannerisms hint as a future face turn. Announcing quality and color commentary gave the match a boost. This is another loss for Ahmed Johnson. Ahmed Johnson slowly just picking up loss after loss after loss here in the World Wrestling Federation. It just seems that he cannot pick up any momentum, while Billy Gunn picks up a big win here tonight on Monday Night Raw. We move on to our next segment. And we see Jeff Jarrett, 98. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad, Jeff and Jericho. Not bad. We see Jeff Jarrett, and he's getting interviewed by Michael Cole. Michael Cole asks him, "Jeff, on Shotgun Saturday Night, we've seen you take a big loss to Owen Hart. But it was one hell of a match. And you sure did put up one hell of a fight. Even after the match, Owen Hart respectively shook your hand. Is this the end of the push for Jeff Jarrett?" And he goes, "Listen here, slapnuts. This is not the end of J-E-F-F. Ha ha! J-A-R-R-E-T-T, Jeff Jarrett. This is not the end. Well, in fact, This is just a small setback to a bigger and better future. He goes, I'm going to go out there tonight, and I'm going to go walk into Vince's office, and I'm going to demand a match. And Jericho goes, would you please shut the hell up? And they both look at Jericho, and Jericho's like, wah. You keep talking about how you're a winner, Jeff. How you're a winner, how you're going to beat this person, how you're going to beat that person, how you're going to go on and win the King of the Ring. Well, guess what? You lost. You lost your opportunity at King of the Ring. And Jeff's like, so did you. And Jericho goes, I'm not 100% fully healed from my vicious attack from the Big Show a couple months last month. I'm still feeling the damages of that matchup. And so I wasn't at 100% to compete against The Rock. And if I had it my way and we could go again, I'll prove to The Rock and I'll prove to everybody else why I deserve to be in the Final Four of the King of the Ring and not that has-been The Rock. And Jeff Jarrett's just like, yeah, you're just nothing but talk. Well, I'll tell you what, Jericho. Why don't you put your money where your mouth is and meet me in the ring tonight? And Jericho's like, oh, is that a challenge? And Jeff's like, that sure in the hell is. And Jericho's like, all right, I'll see you in the ring then, you ass clown. And then he walks off. And so there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we are going to see Jeff Jarrett taking on Chris Jericho. To both men lost their respective matches last week for the King of the Ring to advance to the Final Four. Both men end up coming up short. Both men putting on one hell of a match, one hell of a performance, but they just could not get the job done. So they're going to face each other here tonight. We're going to move on to the next segment. And it is a match that got a 77 and a decent match. Rey Mysterio defeat Ultimo Dragon by pinfall with Springboard Hurricanrana. Title is not on the line. Rey Mysterio with almost an 80, a 79. And Ultimo Dragon with a 64. Not bad from both men. The whole effing show storyline advances. And after the match, Rey Mysterio is celebrating. And RVD comes out and attacks him with the steel chair. He does the Van Daminator. He does the Van Terminator to him. Jim Cornette holds the chair in the corner. And he hits Rey Mysterio. He does the coast to coast. Bam! RVD's taunts in the ring. Jim Cornette's pumping up. He's like, that's right. That's right. That title is coming home with us at King of the Ring. That title is coming home with us at King of the Ring. And he's just going on and on and on, yelling and screaming at Rey Mysterio, who's laying down in the middle of the ring, you know. And RVD's just taunting, gloating, you know, showing off to the fans like, yeah, I'm the whole fucking show. Yeah, that's right. The segment got an 86. We're going to move on to our next segment, which I believe it is a matchup. And it is the Chris Jericho versus Jeff Jarrett matchup. This match did not do as good as what I thought it was going to do. In a bout that had superb wrestling and great heat, Chris Jericho defeats Jeff Jarrett by pinfall. Not even a lion salt or anything. Jericho with a 91 and Jeff Jarrett with a 79. I want to see why it didn't do so good. I don't know. The 3 stump in each storyline advances though, but the match only got a 79, which is sad because I thought it was going to do a little bit better than it did. But we're going to go on to the next segment. Jericho picks up the big win. And we see Vince McMahon sitting in the office with the Big Show. And Big Show, you know, standing there, and Vince is just sitting in his office doing paperwork. You hear a knock at the door. And in walks Bret Hart with the World Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight Championship title over his shoulder. And he walks in and he goes, you wanted to see me, Vince? Vince goes, that's right. As you know, last week, we had a big matchup to determine the number 1 contender for your World Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight Championship. And it ended up being the Big Show who ended up winning the match. And Bret Hart's like, yeah, that's who I'm facing at King of the Ring. Vince McMahon says, well, not exactly. Bret looks confused and he goes, what? He goes, well, you see, I got off the phone with the former champion and he says that he's entitled to his championship rematch. That he gets a rematch for his World Wrestling Federation Championship that he claims is still his because he's never lost it. Bret starts laughing. He goes, ha, ha, that guy can't even lace my boots. Are you serious, Vince? You're really going to give that guy a rematch? Vince goes, well, he never lost it. So, he had to forfeit the title. He never lost it. He had to vacate it. So, I was talking with Show, and Show says he's okay with it. And tonight, in the main event, we are going to have Bret the Hitman Hart taking on the Big Show for the WWF World Heavyweight Championship. Big Show, he cracks his knuckles. He's all pumped up. He has that face on him. He looks like he's about to fucking rip about to gape Bret Hart's asshole wide open. Right, and Bret Hart stands there and he goes, I think this is bullshit. Vince goes, excuse me? And he goes, no, you know it's bullshit, Vince. He goes, my contract states that I only have to defend the World Wrestling Federation Championship, World Heavyweight Championship, against the number one contender at pay-per-views. Vince goes, well, that might be true, but my hands are tied for a legal contract of giving the former champion who's never lost his match a rematch at King of the Ring. With Big Show becoming the number one contender, I think it's only fair that he gets his match tonight. Unless, you don't want to defend your title. Therefore, you can vacate your championship. And Bret's just like, no. Vince basically threatens him to vacate the title, award it to the Big Show, and terminate and suspend Bret Hart without pay indefinitely if he doesn't defend the title here tonight. Bret Hart continues to say, this is not fair, this is not fair. If Shane was in charge, Shane wouldn't have let this happen, blah, blah, blah. Vince is basically like, well, Shane ain't in charge anymore. I'm in charge. I make the rules. And if you don't like it, tough shit. You're defending your championship in the main event here tonight. Bret Hart storms out the office. Segment got 100. So our main event tonight will be Bret the Hitman Hart taking on the Big Show for the World Wrestling Federation World Heavyweight Championship. What a match that is going to be. We got some absolute bangers planned here tonight. We are going to move on to the next match. Somebody's calling. In our next segment, sorry about that, we had a phone call here. In this segment, we see The Undertaker and Sting. And they're standing back. The Undertaker has like the ministry clothes on. He has the robe over his face and everything. And he slowly speaks and he goes, Father, brother, though you have sinned, I shall not forgive you. The Dark Lord Sting shall not forgive you. Your sins against the ministry will not go unpunished. We have not forgotten the sins that you have committed. Your betrayal to your father, the Dark Lord. Brother, Father, there, though you are hiding and keeping out of sight, we know your every move, and we know where you will be. The day will come that we will meet once again. Though you believe that you have halted our plans to save the precious Vince McMahon and his family, his darkest days will soon come to an end as his whole world comes crumbling down in front of him. When I become the World Wrestling Federation champion and bring the title with me to WCW and award it to Eric Bischoff. My master Sting warned me of y'all's betrayal, but I did not listen. But I was prepared for it. My mistake has made me wiser and has made me stronger. And the one thing that I want now is revenge. Revenge on you, Father, and revenge on you, brother. Your darkest days will come, and we will face once again. I know how you said that our family funeral home was burned down, and I was the one to blame, but we all know that Kane was the one who burned down the funeral home. You want to hide Kane. You want to hide him behind a mask to keep his identity safe from the world, Father. Well, the world will soon see the monster that Kane truly is. And you believe that he is a monster when I am the real monster. I am the real demon. I am the real chosen one of the Dark Lord himself. I want to drag you back to the depths of hell that you crawled out of. So, at the King of the Ring, I want you, brother, in an Inferno match. And everybody in the crowd's like you can hear the crowd in the background. They're just like, oh my God, an Inferno match. Jim Ross is like, oh, good God Almighty, an Inferno match. These two men are going to be in a ring surrounded by fire. Oh, sweet Jesus Christ. These two men, these men have families. Oh, my goodness. What are we going to do? And Jerry the King Lawler's like, oh my God, I can't wait to see that. JR, oh my God, these two men, one of these two men are going to be burned alive, huh? But we're going to move on to the next segment. 100. Undertaker issuing a challenge to Kane for an Inferno matchup at King of the Ring. One of these men will be set ablaze. Who will it be? We are going to have to wait and see. Will the Undertaker get his revenge? We are going to have to find out. Will Paul Bearer and Kane accept the challenge? We are going to have to find out. We're going to move on to the next segment, which I believe is a match. And it is in an bout that had sensational wrestling and fantastic heat. The match got a 97. Awesome shit. Kurt Angle and Owen Hart defeat The Rock and Triple H when Owen Hart submitted The Rock. I'm going to say he pinned The Rock after a power driver. After The Rock was attacked by Triple H. The Rock was going to go tag into Triple H, for a hot tag. And he went to go for a hot tag. Triple H gets in the ring. The crowd goes ballistic. The Rock goes, the Rock gets up. Triple H hits him with a pedigree. Bam! Right? Then tags himself back out. He gets down. Rock's legal man somehow. Owen didn't, and then Owen just pins him. We're just going to say that. After Triple H hits The Rock with a pedigree, Owen and Kurt Angle win the matchup. The Rock is laying in the middle of the ring. Triple H grabs his Intercontinental title, throws it on his shoulder, and walks out laughing. He threw the match. He doesn't care if he has to perform 2 matches in a row. Triple H stuck it over to The Rock. He didn't give a shit about anything. That's how much he hates these two. That's how much he hates this man. The team of Kurt Angle and Owen Hart pretty much did pretty good together. They had butted heads. You can definitely tell that they were having rivalry. But both men do respect each other. They're starting to slowly gain respect for one another. These two men have respect for each other. And it's slowly growing. After the matchup, though, as The Rock lays in the ring, he rolls out of the ring. Owen and Kurt are celebrating. They both get in the corner. They both jump down, and they hit. Their backs hit, and then they turn to each other. And then Owen and Kurt just look at each other. They're staring at each other's faces and everything. And Owen goes to extend out his hand as a like, hey man, we won the match. And Kurt, he puts out his hand and he shakes Owen Hart's hand, and then he grabs him and Olympic slams him in the middle of the ring. And then Kurt celebrates. He goes, yeah, hell yeah, he's celebrating like he just won a gold medal at the 1996 Olympics in Atlanta. He's celebrating. He rolls out the ring. He's celebrating, and Owen Hart lays in the middle of the ring as we move on to our next segment, which is an interview. That's, god damn, that got 100. Which is an interview with Bret Hart and Michael Cole before the matchup. Bret Hart's backstage. Michael Cole was like, well, we found out here tonight that you'll be defending your World Heavyweight Championship against the Big Show, a man who has showed nothing but dominance since being here in the World Wrestling Federation. Bret, are you worried at all? And Bret's just like, am I worried? Am I worried at all? No, I'm not worried at all. I've took on bigger and better opponents than the Big Show. People who showed great athletic skills. What did the Big Show do? Huh? Punch, headbutt, chop, choke slams people? That's his whole moveset. What a clown. How boring. I don't even understand how he ended up winning the number one contendership matchup when his moveset is so limited and he's such an uncharismatic person. So do you think I'm worried about him? He couldn't even lace my boots, let alone he couldn't even lace my little brother Owen's boots for that matter. What a joke this is. But that's alright. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do the honorable thing and defend my World Heavyweight Championship. And for all you doubters out there watching at home, thinking that this is Bret Hart finally met his match, that Bret Hart's finally going to lose the World Wrestling Federation Championship, all I have to say is, you stupid Americans don't know anything. You stupid Americans think that you're better than everybody else. You stupid Americans think that you're superior in every which way. When I prove time and time again that my Canadian roots and my Canadian backgrounds is what leads me. My discipline is what leads me to victory every single time. I overcome the odds, Michael, and I proved it time and time and time and time and time again. And I'm going to go out there and I'm going to prove it one more time. And then he gets out of the way and we go on to that matchup. In about that head, 96, not bad. In about that head, sensational wrestling and fantastic heat. Bret Hart defeats the Big Show by disqualification. Bret Hart makes defense number 2 of the World Wrestling Federation Championship. That is not what's supposed to happen. The match was supposed to be thrown out when Sid and Vader both come down to the ring. They jump out of the crowd and they attack the Big Show about 10 minutes into the matchup. While this is going on, after Sid and Vader jump in the ring and start beating up Big Show, Bret Hart, he tells it, man. He's just like, nah, it ain't my business. He grabs his World Wrestling Federation Championship. Technically he defended the title. He lost by DQ, but still, he defended the title. He's still the champion. You can't win the championship by disqualification. He goes out. We go on to the next segment. This is Bret Hart leaving. Vader and Psycho Sid are beating the shit out of the Big Show. And here comes Steve Austin. We haven't seen Steve Austin in a while. He comes out. He saves Big Show. As y'all know, these two bitter enemies end up becoming good friends, having mutual respect for each other. Kind of like Owen Hart. Well, I wouldn't say that. But kind of like how Owen and Kurt are slowly starting to gain respect for each other. They respect each other's athleticism, but they're not getting along. Steve Austin runs out. He helps the Big Show out. He picks up the Big Show. Big Show then seizes Steve Austin. And before, we think the Big Show's going to attack him, but he doesn't. Big Show stands there and he looks at Austin, and he shakes his head. It's like, all right, hell yeah, all right. and Austin then celebrates for the crowd. We finished the show. The show got a 97. We increased our popularity in 33 regions, and we would have gained more in Canada, but we are limited to viewers. Not bad. We put on some pretty good matches, except for the Jericho-Jeff Jarrett match. I thought that was going to do a lot better than what it did. But the promos in those two matches, I knew that match was going to be an absolute banger. That was the original main event, was going to be the tag team match. And then something came up. I'm not going to spoil it, but something came up. And I totally forgot about it. Kind of. And so we went ahead and did the King of the Ring main event here tonight. And we are going to do some other stuff at King of the Ring. You're going to have to tune in to Shotgun Saturday night to find out what has gone down here in the World Wrestling Federation. Hopefully the news page does not spoil it at all. Hopefully the news page does not spoil it, which I'm pretty sure because it's the next day. So let's take a look here. It does not. Thank God. But I'm pretty sure that spoils it. But we are going to go ahead and look at WCW Nitro. They got an 85. Not bad. New World Order, Kevin Nash and Hollywood Hogan defeat Chris Benoit and Diamond Page. They got a 99. Wow. Not bad at all, guys. Hell yeah. Benoit with a 92 and DDP with a 78. Hogan and Nash with 100, respectively. Hell yeah, they are super fucking over. Benoit with a 92, though. That is freaking crazy. He is crazy over. Scott Hall, Ric Flair, Randy Savage, Scotty Riggs, Glacier, and the Nasty Boys. Hell yeah, Glacier. The Barbarian defeats Tombstone by disqualification. Brad Armstrong defeats NWO Sting. Not bad at all. They put on one hell of a show. They're sold out. I don't even think we were sold out. Yeah, we weren't even sold out. And we're putting on a fucking banger. And we didn't even sell out. But that's okay. This has been this episode of Total Extreme Wrestling 2020. I am Dylan the Villain. And like always, guys, if you stumbled upon this video, Matt Bloom, I believe Wayne Bloom. No. I thought that was Doink the Clown. I was just like, oh my God, Doink signed with WCW. Sorry about that. ADD, whatever, ADD and all that stuff. What was I saying? Yes, if you stumbled upon this video and like what you see, hey, there's a playlist right here. You can go back and you can catch up with all the episodes that you have missed. If you are just want to go back and watch the previous episodes, the playlist should be right here at Last Night Results. And if you are new to this channel and you like what you see and you want to see more wrestling entertainment content from your boy Dylan the Villain, the subscribe button will be right here. We are planning on doing some more stuff in the future, not just wrestling, but showcasing more video games. Right now I am doing TEW and Fire Pro Wrestling in the free time that I can, and I'm trying to upload as fast as I can, guys. So please bear with me. I am a father of 2 kids with a full-time job, so bear with me if the upload speeds are not what you're wanting them to be. I try to record as much as I possibly can on my days off. To the point, I believe we are probably going to book Sunday Night Heat and Shotgun Saturday Night. And record those. So, like always, guys, this is your boy Dylan the Villain. And like we always say here at Pro Am Gaming, if you can't play with each other, guys, in this cruel, horrible world, if we can't play with each other, then just, do what I do and play with yourself. Later.